Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time to spend some more time with us, guys. And you see, I'm so used to my my intro. I was about to do my normal video intro, but anyway, we do thank you guys for spending the time with us and taking time hanging out with us on the Sim Standard podcast. So welcome back to another episode 162, if I'm not mistaken. You know, a lot of times I got to look at the title to remember. But welcome, guys. This is going to be a pretty good night. Just have a feeling. You know, I'm just waiting for Smitty to get on here. But we got, quite a few people that want to come on tonight and share their thoughts. Looking forward to that. You know, I know Relly is probably going to come through. My man Neff wants to come through. And there's a host of other people that want to come through. And also DK from the MLB League is coming through. So quite a few people. And, hey, I'm looking forward to it, man. So like I said, just killing a little bit of time here while we wait for Smitty or Azure to come on. But basically what we're going to talk about tonight, man, y'all already know. We got to talk about Madden. We got to talk about Madden. Madden 18, EA Access is out. You know, myself, along with others, already have the retail copy. So we definitely going to give a little information on that. And, you know, we definitely want to talk about NBA Live 18 as well. The demo is out. A lot of us have played it. So we definitely want to give our thoughts on that. And then we also want to talk about NBA 2K, you know, like the recent blogs that's come out, and just give some quick thoughts on that to that effect. And we'll probably start off talking about 2K and NBA Live because, of course, the bulk of the conversation, I'm pretty sure, tonight will go in the way or swing in the way of Madden. So only makes sense for us to go ahead and knock out the NBA stuff. So, again, just trying to kill some time here. I will extend the invitation to any of you guys right now. If y'all want to come on while I'm waiting for Smitty to come on. I know Neff, again, is going to come on, a couple other guys. So I'm just sitting here, you know, killing a little bit of time before we dive right into it. Just giving y'all a heads up, man, in terms of Madden 18. And I'm going to say this again once the show really gets going. So, you know, those who are not here now will be able to hear the same information. With Madden 18, you know, it's weird when we are connected to them in terms of like being a game changer. Because the problem is what ends up happening is we're always under certain embargoes. You know, like we couldn't tell you that we had the game until the 16th. So yesterday was when we were finally able to reveal that we had the game. We had to wait until after a certain time of day before we could do that and before we could stream. Same thing with Long Shot. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting me to play Long Shot from the retail version. I'm unable to do that. You know, right now I have to honor the embargo date. I could only play the EA Access version. So if I were to stream it or whatever, I would have to use the Xbox One and play the EA Access. I was about to say EA play the EA Access version of Long Shot, because to my knowledge, it doesn't extend the whole story. So there's embargoes for that. Same thing goes for us reviewing the game. We cannot officially review the game until the 21st, and there's a certain time period there as well as far as the time of day. So the funny thing is other people, even some people I'm sure that will come on tonight who's had their hands on, y'all can say whatever y'all want. And that's what I'm encouraging tonight. I want to hear from the people. I want to hear from you guys who've either been able to play it via EA Access or played it at your buddy's house, or, you know, you've been able to watch enough footage that I've put out, and Shop and Smitty and, you know, a plethora of other people, K Spade, Anto the Boss, all of these different people, Toke. You've been able to see enough footage to develop an opinion. I want to hear from you guys. You know what I mean? I want to hear from you guys. This will be also a feedback session. I want to hear the things that you guys are seeing and experiencing. What's good, what's bad, what's wrong, because as you guys know, Rex Dixon often chimes in, often listens to the podcast, and there you have it. All right, so let me check the chat, guys, and see if any of you guys are wanting to come on early. Donald Marshall, all right, you want to come on. All right, let me make sure I got your email address. Give me just a second, and we'll get some of you guys on in here while we wait for our guest. Might as well do that. Let me just make sure I got your email address, my man. Doesn't appear that I have it. So do me a favor, man. Shoot me an email address. Shoot it to me on Twitter or in here in the chat. However you want to do it. I do see 205 wants to come on as well, so I'm going to shoot you your invite right now. We get this thing cracking, man. Let's get everybody on. And I'm sure my co-host will be on here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and send an invite to Neff as well. I know he's coming. And I might as well go ahead and send an invite to Relly. So let me just get everybody lined up here. Get a second, guys. We'll get it cracking. What are some of the things y'all are seeing already, man? Let me see you guys get active down there in the comment section. I want to see what you're talking about. And again, if anybody wants to come on to the show, all we need is an email address. We bring you right on. Whether you would like to be seen is up to you. You don't have to. But, you know, if you want to be seen, you could definitely do the voice and the face cam there. Or if not, you don't even have to go that route. Right, so just trying to get some of you guys on here. So it'll be a brief moment while we're waiting for the guests, guys. Sorry about that, man. You know, I don't normally we already have everybody on, so y'all just got to deal with me for a moment. But real quick, man, what I will say, let me give my quick thoughts in regards to NBA Live while we're waiting. NBA Live is taking some huge steps in the right direction, in my opinion. You guys know how I try to look at things. I don't necessarily judge NBA Live based on NBA 2K and vice versa. I don't look at NBA 2K and judge it based on live, which we all can agree 2K has been the king of the hill for quite some time now. We all know that. However, what I will do is I will compare both games. I will look at both games and ask myself, how do they represent basketball? What are they bringing to the table? Not whether they mirror each other or whether one is, you know, trying to copy the other. No, I don't worry about that. Because at the end of the day, if you have a gaming company or multiple companies trying to produce the same content, there's going to be some copycat in that situation somewhere. I mean, look at shooters. Look at how shooters get down. There's always some copycat situations going on in the world of shooters. So I'm not mad at that. But what I look at is how well do these games replicate what they're trying to do? So when it comes to NBA Live, they're doing some good things, man. It's just that it still has a tad bit of that stiffness at times. You know, there are times where the game looks very smooth. It's almost like there's certain sequences that are really, really smooth. But then there's occasions where it's a little rough and it's a little, you know, a little jagged. The dribbling mechanics is phenomenal. I love the way you can easily and swiftly dribble however you want to dribble. You're not caught in a sequenced animation. You're not caught in any type of, you know, drawn out animation. You can quickly cross left, right, behind the back, between the legs, you know, in and out. You could do all of that really, really quick. Has outstanding user control, which is paramount for me. For any sports game where I'm controlling the player, it's paramount that the player movement is up to snuff. If it's not, then I'm already going to score you down on any game. NBA Live does a fantastic job with that. There's just a lot of little nuances, man, that I'm liking about the demo. But again, it's still a bit rough. We still have to wait to see what they're doing in terms of career mode. The idea with the one and what they're doing around the one, I really think that's phenomenal. But we got to see the rest of the game. We know the WNBA is in there, so we just got to see how the rest of the game unfolds. It won't have the depth, in my opinion. I don't think it would be as deep as NBA 2K out of the gate. Also, I'm a little bit concerned. I know it's a demo, but I'm a little bit concerned with connection issues. And that's the main thing that I said that EA would have to do well in terms of live, is their servers would have to be phenomenal, you know, be on a Madden level. If not, you know, there's really no edge that you have over 2K. Up to this point, and I'm gonna send these. Let me interrupt myself here. I'm gonna send the invites again, guys. I'm not seeing anybody joining, so let me send them once again. so you guys can get up in here, man. Make sure you check your email address. There should be a link coming to you, inviting you to join the show. I mean, a lot of you guys, you're not new to this. Y'all have done this before. All right. So here they are coming out to y'all again. What else on live? Right now, before playing NBA 2K18, I would say to myself that the user control is better. And here's 205 here, so we'll go to him in just a moment. The user control to me is better in live than the user control I have in NBA 2K17. 2K to me is still going to be the prettiest picture. The fluidity, the animation quality, all of that, I think 2K still wins that battle. But again, up until now, it's a lot of sequence animations. So, you know, and I'll wait until everyone else gets on before we dive into this part of it. But just to giving you a preview, according to what the blog is saying, I mean, if they've actually gotten it to where there's no canned animation and all of that, great. And I'll explain to you guys why that's great. Not just, you know, the obvious reason, but I will explain why that makes me happy if they can pull that off. But they have told us this before, people. We got to wait and see. Don't get gassed, man. We have to wait and see how it performs. So 2K18 could very well have better user control or, you know, better sequences than live, what live is showing. But we got to wait and see. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get 205 on, man. Happy to have you, brother. What up, Relly? 205, man.
I just got out
go
of
ahead. Whatever you got. I can't hear y'all, by the way. I see Relly talking, but I can't hear anything.
I hear Relly. Do you hear me?
I can't hear 205 either.
We can both hear each other.
Can't hear neither one.
Yeah, we hear each other.
Switch over.
Hello, hello. Relly, do you hear me?
I hear you.
Let me see. Let's check the chat, man.
I hear Slim.
Relly or 205. We got Silent Gamer as well who wants to come on, so I'm gonna shoot out these invites.
I hear him. I don't know what's going on, man.
You guys hear them? Can y'all hear them? Somebody confirm that real quick. You can hear both Alabama. That's weird.
That's wild. I hear you.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, we hear each other.
I can hear y'all now. I don't know what was going on, man. I know how to.
I just got out of a hell game, though.
But all right, 205, you up first, man. Welcome, both of you guys. What you got for us, brother?
Man, I got a lot tonight, man. Live and Madden. Sports gaming changing, guys. 2 years, and we see live coming out hitting pretty hard. Really, have you played live, man? Have you even checked out that demo yet?
I played the demo a little bit.
Man, I played like the little, I guess it's like the My Player type thing. It's really cool because it's like, I enjoy the movement, and the dribbling seems a whole lot more cleaner. Sweat going on players' jerseys, players' shirts and stuff. It just feels more like you have more command of your guy. It feels like when you go make a block or you make a shot, you got that rumble in the controller type thing. It just makes you feel a whole lot better. Man, there's just so much that I would love to talk about. I know we'll talk about Madden soon, but I'll kick it to you, man. You got that rumble in the controller.
Yeah, y'all, man. If you want to jump into Madden now, do your thing, man. Because again, tonight's show really is about what y'all have to say.
As far as live is concerned, man, like it just feels like a different game from 2K to me. It feels smooth. I like it. I didn't play it enough to really give a full-on account of it. So live isn't exactly what I needed to speak on.
Yeah. Well, he said to wait on Madden, so but Neff jumped in the call, so man, he could go ahead and talk.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Neff.
Okay. Well,
into Madden.
I'll give you guys a few minutes. I got something I gotta do, but let me hang in there for a minute.
All right. Hey, Sim, can you hear us yet, man?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, so you want us to go ahead and jump into Madden? That's cool. Man, I loaded up Madden 18 last night. You know, I was letting the rest of the game download in the background. Went ahead and played with the Falcons. I ended up losing against the Patriots 21-24, but the game play is where I was. It felt like going back to an old friend, almost like you was back with, because like I'll break it down like this. Last year 17, after that patch, it felt like I had a divorce. It's like you divorce your wife, she takes the kids, she takes all your money, takes the house, takes the car. The new guy's walking in the door with his bags, dropping them off at your feet. All right, and right before you go to leave and turn out, she kicks you right in the balls, and you walk off, man. That's exactly how 17 left me after that patch. And 18 almost feels like back together, but I'm still kind of having that like hesitation. Like, can I really trust that she gonna keep it all together this time? She ain't gonna turn around. And the reason why I say this is I ain't saying this because of Rex, but he has suits. He has people that want to bash this game so bad, destroy it, and say that it plays just the same. And I hate to tell y'all too, but if y'all actually think this game is Madden 17 or 16, y'all have not touched this game. And I'm going to tell you right now, I thought the zones was going to be horrible. They wasn't horrible, but I know they need to be tightened up. But as far as the running game feels smooth. I mean, players feel like themselves. They feel like you're able to have complete control. Please, if you run the ball, don't expect R2 to be your friend. Mm-hmm. You better find the hole, and as soon as you find it, you better hit R2 and take off. And what I like is, like, there was times in the backfield, I would turn 4-yard gains that would be, in Madden 17, would be 5-yard losses. Because you could stay off the R2 trigger, you could make a cutback lane, get in the hole, make yourself skinny, and get 4 yards. You're not going to bust a 60-yarder every single time, but as long as you're keeping the ball moving. The passing mechanic, I saw a video by Moody and some other people thinking the pass, the way they're doing the mechanic is going to be glitchy. It ain't glitchy, dude. Like, you're not Superman until the ball. You'll overthrow, you'll underthrow, you throw picks. This is how it was. Like, I lost to the Seahawks the second game, 42-3. The Legion of Boom got me, man. I mean, they baited me into throws. I threw picks. I threw a pick six. I threw 2 picks to so it's like it's gotten a lot better. I really want to see how this game goes after launch when everybody gets a chance. But it's funny to me because the game got a 4.7 out of 5 stars rating. People that usually hate this game is saying this game is the best Madden they've ever touched, and that's saying something. My biggest thing is, but my biggest thing is, I don't want to play the Charlie Brown Lucy. I do not want to be Charlie Brown on my back again. And man, really, when we was talking, it was so clean, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, Frostbite has changed this game as far as animation wise. It's beautiful, man. The physics game doesn't feel like it used to. Like that broken physics. It feels a lot cleaner. I can't even front. I mean, coming out of the tunnel in AT&T Stadium in Jerry World is crazy. It was beautiful to see. And then when you got great teams, see, this is my biggest thing. People was hollering about the pass rush wasn't there, but you got to take in effect that if you have a great offensive line, the pass rush ain't going to get there. Just like if you're playing against the Patriots are going to die before they let Tom Brady get hit. They're going to try their best to cut people off. Oh, and you better use the ID the mic. If you don't, you're dead meat. And there's so much stuff to learn in this game that I haven't learned yet. Like, you got 40 seconds, but with that whole 40 seconds before pre-snap, you got to try to ID the mic. You got to try to move your coverage around. In the line, there's so many things pre-snap that you got to try to do. As far as stick skills is going to be a premium this year. Really, man, I don't want to take up all of it, man. I want to kick it to you. I'll try to stay on to the call. Right, Jim will let me, man.
Hold on real quick, really. Because you going to be on here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to catch everybody, like in the chat, everybody who just wants to give a quick thought. I'm going to bring y'all on first, get that out of the way, and we're going to need you guys to be courteous. Like, say your piece for a second, and then we got to let you rock because we got people that we're bringing on that's, you know, we got to conduct the show. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let Relly hold off for a minute. Same thing with Neff because they're just going to be here, obviously me and Smitty. But I'm going to bring Virtual on first right now. Let him give his piece. Donnell Marshall, I'm going to bring you on. And there was another guy I saw in there. We also got DK from MBL that's coming on. So just bear with us, guys.
I just finished playing the game in their tournament.
What you say?
I just finished playing the game in their tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I didn't know I was – bro, I had to play Neff from Chicago that won the 05 Madden Challenge. I didn't know people like that was in that damn tournament.
Me neither.
I wanted the shit.
Good stuff. Virtual,
yeah,
come on in.
I just need to calm down, so y'all go ahead, man.
Come on in, VF. What you got for us, brother? We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear Smitty. We can't hear Virtual, though.
You say you can't hear me?
Oh, there you go. There you go. We can hear you now. Okay. Yeah, we got you.
No, y'all can't hear me.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, bro.
Yo.
Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on. Hold on.
No, we
come
hear
back
you.
To me. I'm having difficulty.
All right. No problem. All right, Smitty, we all over the place here, man, just to bring you back on. All
right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay, I changed my settings or whatever, so I just had to make sure that was straight because there was all over the place.
All right, yeah, we got you. What's up?
All right. I think everybody who picked up this game and just started playing, everybody made a mistake. Oh, you lost to the Seahawks like 205 said. Well, I played this and I'm getting my you-know-what kicked. I got in this game. I played my first impressions, and I posted that video up yesterday. But when I was playing the game, I noticed that you're going to have to learn this game all the way over again.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to have to. So if you're losing, your things ain't going right, this, that, and the third is not doing what it's supposed to do. It looks the same. It may play somewhat of the same, but the controls, the movement, the responsiveness is totally different. So that's the reason why you're not getting what you're getting. And I really advise people to stop what you're doing. Use your 10 hours wisely and go into the practice field and learn this game. And when the retail come out, that's when you go into your CFMs. That's when you want to go play against other people online. Let them try to continue to play the game like Madden 17. You need to learn what team you're going to play, or the team you're going to play with. You need to learn your personnel. You need to learn what your personnel do. You need to learn why this game moves the way it does. Because my first impressions, that's the mistake I made. Now, I got off of work today, and that's all I've been doing since I got off. I've been in the practice field. I've been learning the run game. I've been learning what mechanics to use to get around certain players with your personnel. Why do you run through certain holes? You don't run through the hole because you just want to gain yards. You have to understand the personnel on defense who you want to attack. You have to learn about what guys you're going to throw to and that mismatch. Because what I've learned about this game within the last few hours I've been playing, it is the small things. You look at the animations, how the logical animations play out. You look at the ball placement when you can use total control passing, which I've been practicing on, and that's one of the most phenomenal features that they've put in this game. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. A lot of the naysayers that don't like this game, they're not going to touch total control passing. I'm gonna tell you why on that in a second. But you need to know why you're throwing the ball in certain areas, and you need to know your personnel who can go after those balls. This game is a totally different feel from Madden 17. Yeah, it may look the same. Everybody want to complain about that. Yeah, it may have some of the nuances of the previous games. But if you want to be successful in this game, you have to learn the team you're going to play with. And I'm sorry, you want to play now, you want to learn how to play with X amount of teams, I promise you, you may get away with that. And this is from what I feel. You may get away with that learning how to play with 2 teams. You're not going to be able to play with a whole bunch of teams unless if you want to play on arcade mode. And I don't know about you guys. Well, I know about you guys, but for me, it's simulation or this game is not what it is.
Yeah.
It has to be simulation, and that's it. You can go play competitive mode. You can play arcade mode. Personally, you're not even in my circle if that's the case, because this game replicates football if you know football. And that's what like I said, that's what I've been doing for the past hour. Well, I'll say 3 hours today. You have to know your team. The small things matter. And like I said, if you go in and playing 17, you're going to get your butt kicked by the Seahawks or whoever you play against, just like 205 did, because you need to know who you play with. I advise people to pick a team and learn it. And like I said, the total control passing, before I'm done, the reason why the naysayers won't even try total control passing and be successful, because that's one less thing they got to complain about, because everything with that total control passing is based on the user and knowing your routes that you have to run, the routes that your receiver's running in the ball placement. Oh, it's easy to say, oh, this quarterback don't know what he's doing, but when you're doing the passing, who's there to blame?
Exactly.
And I mean, I can't say nothing about the running game. To me, it's always been, I mean, it reverted back to where I like it back from Madden 25. The line play is logical. The only thing my issue is user zone coverages is busted. It needs to be fixed ASAP. Now, the CPU zone coverage is fine. That's why I'm learning. No, go ahead. You can cut me off. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, I thought somebody said something. I'm sorry. Like the zone coverage from the CPU is legit, but me, I don't need that challenge to where I just want to press a button and put the ball where it needs to be. That total control passing, honestly, is going to take up maybe 7 of my 10 hours, because I'm going to perfect that. I'm dead serious. I'm going to perfect that before it's done. I perfected NBA. NBA. I perfected NFL Fever. I perfected that, and I'm going to perfect this one, and I'm going to use most of my time on that. Everything else is basically going to be learning my team in the practice modes, because when the CFM comes, I'm going to be able to be successful knowing my team, not because I'm just trying to win a game. Winning games is based on knowing your personnel, knowing your team, knowing your players, learning the tendencies of certain defenses. I can't say it's all the way there, but as of right now, nobody can deny honestly playing this game saying that they can't do that. Because real people who don't want to learn football and don't want to know sim and just want to talk about, oh, this person is out of place and the AI logic is this, that, and the third, it's cool to nitpick. You know, honestly, you can stick back into Madden 17 or Madden 16 and continue to do your breakdown videos as far as that go. But if you want to learn to play football, it's here. You can learn the game of football and learn your personnel that way. So, but it just takes time to willing to do it. And like I said, I'm going to use this 10 hours to do that, not just to try to play a game or two, because that's going to come next week. And like I said, that's all I got to say, man. Anybody else got anything about that? I mean, I'd love to hear it.
I do. You know who this is, people. One crazy ass nigga. Anyway, So what I want to say is everything that man said is right. Every damn thing. Now my phone might cut off, Sam, because I'm in a bad area, but everything he said is right. If you don't learn the game, play access football. That's my only advice I could give you. Because you're not worthy of this game. It plays well. And when you play all Madden like I've been playing and getting my butt tossed all over the field, like an ex-gang member who snitched, it wasn't a fun deal. It wasn't fun. I got beaten so bad. But I learned something. Like Virtual was saying, you have to learn the game. If you think you can do what you did in 17, nigga,
That's not
gonna
happening.
work.
Let's go.
It ain't gonna work. You might as well go back to the drawing board. Like he said, start all over. Now, I'm trying to be good tonight, but it ain't easy. So, but you know, what impressed me last night was my boy's up here trying to be humble about it, but he had almost 700 people watching him last night. He beat up poor Rex. He had a victory over Rex before the game even came out. That was funny. Sim had almost 700 people. I'm sitting there trying to watch people trolling, and I couldn't keep up with them. That was funny. But congratulations to you, Sim.
Hey,
That
man.
was all good.
I just try to do what I can, man.
All good.
Y'all the reason.
But hey, Relly, if you're still there, I just want to say what's up. You know, last week I know you went off like a pack of hemorrhoids, but I loved it. I loved it. You were doing your thing. You're defending your family. And, you know, everybody else on the panel, I'll say what's up. I'm going to be in and out because I got things I'm doing right now. But, you know, people out there who say, oh, the game's the same. Man, in the words of Nef1, fuck you. Go play something else. You ain't worthy of this game. I'll be back.
Well, let me give y'all a quick check-in, man, just to let y'all know how we going to format it, because it's going to be a lot of people coming tonight. We're going to go to Donald and then go to DK, and then we'll bring it back to Smitty, and Smitty and Relly will go for a minute, and then I'll come back around and send some more invites. So let's do it.
Hey,
like
yo, DK, the dude that you said is from NBL?
Yeah.
I used to be in NBL. I'm not no more.
Oh, I was gonna say, y'all just hit me with the okie doke in this damn tournament, B.
I got hit with the okie doke too. I thought I was gonna be in the tournament too.
Bruh, I was just in the. I ended up having to play a Madden Challenge champion. Ain't nobody tell me who the fuck that was until I got in the game.
Wow.
Did they let you in the tournament at all, really?
Yeah, they let me in. I won 35-14, but the dude I was playing won 2 Madden championships. I did not know that.
Oh, who was it?
Neff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to get in the tournament. They left me hanging, but it's all good.
That's messed up, bro. But yeah, I was about to say that's messed up. Y'all hit me with the okie doke. But my bad. You go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Am I? So you're going first, right?
Yeah, go ahead, Donald. Let Donald rock first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. First, I want to say what's up, Sam. What's up, y'all? I did watch it. I saw your stream for last night, and I watched your one free stream today.
Appreciate it, man.
Basically, what the first two said, Madden, you actually got to know what you're doing because it's a whole different game. You got to relearn everything. Like, and I watched your stream for last night. I like simulation because it brings a lot of real gameplay to it. And man coverage, they improved on that. Okay, say if I got like Sean Smith and it's a third string receiver, and I know Sean Smith isn't going to let him catch no out route on him, he going to knock that down. Madden 17, Sean Smith getting beat like 5 yards by a third string receiver. We don't even know. I just like how they changed a lot. The zone didn't seem broken. Watching your stream like
they broken.
Couple of them on. Watching your stream last night, they caught you in some zone for the Seahawks. I saw a couple of them.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but for us who saw it the way it was, they broke it. They are definitely broken.
Yeah, when I get on, I'll elaborate on what's really.
No, hold up. I gotta interrupt on that. It's terrible. You gotta keep it 100.
I'm gonna elaborate.
It's terrible, man.
It
ain't where it need to be at all.
You talking about the zone, Smitty?
Yeah, the zone play.
They're terrible. Terrible.
I had Glover Quinn.
They bad.
Glover Quinn way after the play fake. He's running completely in the opposite direction of the play, and he just wide open over the middle, just dropped it off. I'm like, no, the zone, and see that's the main zone that was broken in 17. Was those deep blues. And here now it's messed up again. So it's like it's feeling like the same game.
Those were broken in EA Play though.
No, not the way it was playing.
Deep thirds were broken. I will bet you everything in my bank account if you ask Rex right now that we're broken in EA Play.
I mean, you could bet everything. You could bet your whole house on it if you want. But the bottom line is, from what was going on when we was playing the game, it was jumping.
To explain to him that they said that there wouldn't be a zone patch for deep thirds until day 60 of the game at EA Play.
Yeah, they did. They said that.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
They were playing better, but it still wasn't.
All right, then Sim. So tell me this: when we was playing, were we looking at an anomaly when the zone, when they were jumping the zones and making the reads they were and jumping passes that was not happening in 17?
Nah, that was just it's so intricate, man. Like
that's
and I know Relly will know this. Like, let me just say this: it's some stuff that I can't go into because it's a lot of details behind what was happening at EA Play that we really can't put out there. But what was happening in that sense, though, Smitty, is reaction time was a lot faster. The real issue it was
covering up the bad zone play.
It was covering it up because everybody had good reaction time. That was really when y'all heard when you heard Rex and them say like there was bugs also in the build. The problem was there was no separation. Everybody was playing like elites. So even though the zone play was better, it was some things on the back end that we didn't know that helped it to be better. But what's happening now is horrendous. Horrendous.
I agree with that.
Well, okay.
I was just talking about the middle deep third was terrible at EA Play. That's all I was saying.
All right.
But
I'm gonna be quiet because there's things that are, but like Sim said, behind the curtain that I'm not gonna divulge now. But
yeah, some stuff we can't say.
The game was fine. Like you said, the zone play was way better the way it was. Like
the gameplay that seemed better this year.
Yeah,
especially man coverage. They made that more realistic. Now you can play man on man, not just get beat easily, like a Richard Sherman. And he can knock down passes and pick it off. So I watched all three of your games and I saw a lot of that. The interaction way better.
Yeah, it is. And that's on all Madden too. So that's another caveat.
That's all I play. I don't play nothing else for all Madden.
All Madden gonna give it to you anyway.
Yeah, I play that simulation. That's real.
Yes, sir. But what else? You got anything else before we go to DK?
Nah, that's all really. I just like the gameplay better, the man coverage better. Yeah, I'm just it's a way better game. Like the guys earlier, like you actually have to learn the game all over. You can't just, go there and expect to win. Especially that might. That might is reading you. So.
And that's something that just to put it out there, because people kept telling me I'm lying when I say it. That's something that you can't see just looking at it. You got to feel that, right?
You got to.
Exactly. Well, all right, man. We definitely appreciate you coming by, man. I appreciate all the continued support with the streams, man. So
I'm trying to live stream like you. I'm learning.
Hey, just cut it on, man. Just cut it on. People are watching.
Okay, make sure y'all watching now.
No doubt.
I'm gonna keep watching this.
Appreciate it, man.
I have to play Madden right now. Get my butt kicked right now, but anyway.
DK, what up, man? I ain't even know
what's good, Sam.
NBL. Ain't nothing, man. Chillin'.
I've been going for NBL since like February, man. They booted me.
Oh man, see, I'm out here false advertising, man, telling people DK from NBL.
Nah, you can just say DK from BSD. I'm with a new league. Pretty legit on PS4. I ain't got no beef against NBL though. They got a solid league, got great stuff, great content. Bomber's still my boy, so no biggie.
So quick question, man. I don't think you wasn't at EA Play this year, right?
I didn't get a chance to go this year. I went 2 years ago, but I wasn't able to go this year.
All right, so you a perfect person to ask.
Yeah, fresh.
Exactly. How you feel just about the game so far? Like everything you like, everything you hate, etc.
So I just streamed for about 3 hours just now before I came on. It was my first time getting my hands on the game, and for the most part, it's a solid game. Like people were saying in my stream, like it looks the same. It's like you have to feel it. You have to play the game to feel the major difference. Like it's so much smoother and it's so much more realistic. And the biggest thing I got from it, the two biggest things I got from it, zone suck really bad. I mean, they're horrible. So I mean, I basically have to play man the whole game and kind of rely on my safeties and put them in like zones, my two deep safeties to hit them corner routes for the most part. But the zones are not really good at all. If you mix it up for somewhat, it's okay. But if you don't mix it up and just go straight man, you'll get murdered. But the zones suck. The second thing that I notice is like the blocking is a lot better. You can actually run the football. About time, EA, for letting us be able to run the football. And I don't want to like throw shade on EA or anything like that. I'm not trying to be that dude, you know what I'm saying? But the run blocking is immaculate. I love it. I can actually do something. The running back moves can get OP at sometimes. I played against a guy that was using Steelers, and Le'Veon Bell was just, it didn't matter what I was doing. He was just doing everything he wanted to do, which sucked. But I get it, though. If you get a top tier, running back or athlete that's able to do the top tier moves, I mean, that's what you expect. The mobile quarterbacks, they're back. You can just get out the pocket anytime you want to, and I like that aspect because you were hampered last year. Whenever you try to move out the pocket, he'll kind of like stutter step, then go. And now you're able to move out the pocket. And I can see from some people who don't like the fact that the quarterbacks can just leave outside the pocket, but I think it's a good addition. I mean, this game is all about skill. So the biggest thing I noticed, the number one biggest thing I noticed is the ball hawk out of there, gone. I did a corner route on a play, and the guy I was playing against, he was there. He was right there on it, but you could tell he was holding Y because he wasn't able to intercept the ball. And I threw it right to him. I looked at him the whole time, and I was like, oh, that's a pick. And it went straight over his head because he was holding ball hawk. And it happened to me several times also when I was trying to get an interception. I'm so used to it, holding the Y, and that's a shame on my behalf, not using skill and using the glitch in the game to be able to get interceptions, but I'm so used to it. I keep it 100 all the time, so that's what I tell people on my stream. I'm holding Y, so I can't get the pick. But I love the aspect that this game is all about skill. You have to be good at usering and picking plays and knowing your personnel. You can't come out in quarters and dime and try to stop, I formation run. Not happening. I just loved how they made it user-friendly for the most part. And I can't wait to, like, the tournaments whenever the real good users are out there, like, balling. You're going to be able to see, like, the top users in the nation. And a lot of the guys that relied on, the glitchiness of the ball hawk or stuff like that, they're not going to be able to compete at the highest level. So I'm so intrigued to see how Problem is, because I think Problem is probably the best defensive user out there by far. And like this game is going to be catered to his ability and his skill. So I mean, I'm excited for Madden. I've almost used up all my EA access. I'm kind of sad, but it is what it is, man. I'm just glad that they let us get it a day early. I've been watching everybody stream, kind of getting an idea of who's doing what and trying to get an idea of how to get the game flow. But it's a wonderful game. It's a new game. The lighting effects, like for instance, I was playing with the Falcons, and on the helmet you can see the top of the dome stadium on top of their helmets. Like the lighting effects are so much better, and I appreciate EA actually taking account to going into fixing the small things. Like a lot of people are upset. There's not much left. They didn't add much to CFM, and they didn't add much to this or that, but they got rid of all the BS that we complained about for like the last 3 or 4 Maddens, and they fixed a lot of that. Now they just gotta fix the zones. The zones are just unbearable. It's so sad when I'm going into zones, man. I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because you don't want to play man all game, because then they're gonna start hitting you with the corner routes, the out routes. You got to make so many defensive adjustments when you play man to stop a lot of the stuff that beat man. So once they fix the zones and the patch that they come out with, I think it's gonna be an amazing game. Like I heard from you guys that were out at EA Play, how great the zones were, and I was so excited to see how great the zones were. I was looking forward to that because I want a defensive game. Offense sells tickets, but defense wins games, wins championships. And I really want to see how defense with zone and man will correlate with each other, because man, it's off the chain. Like my CFM, I'm using the Falcons.
And I'm glad. The right corner, if you got a good corner,
oh yeah.
It's good.
The man defense is so great. The shading is solid. I'm not all the way happy because it was several times I was shaded to the outside because the guy kept running corner routes. I knew it was coming, and my guy wasn't able to get over there. But I think the higher quality defensive players in the secondary you have is going to make your team great. So for me, if we have to break it down right now, this Madden is all about being a good offensive player and making a stop here and there on defense to get the ball to score more points on the board. Like defenses that make stops right now until they fix the zones, and then it's going to change the whole game when they fix the zones. A lot of people are going to be pissed off for sure.
Yeah, man, definitely. Appreciate you coming on, man. Did you want to because you know, like I told you offline, if you wanted to hang out, you're welcome to do so, man.
I'm gonna hang out the whole time.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up.
That's cool with you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because I told you anyway, you was gonna be a panel.
Yeah. I'm down any Thursday you need me. What's good, Relly? I'm glad you ain't heated smoking that port like you did last week, boy.
Bro, I'm good, man. I'm good.
It's good to see that smile on your face, bro.
We about to turn Relly loose. I'm gonna let Smitty jump in here first, because the reason why I want Relly to go in is because, and see, he knows. I ain't even got to say it all, but me and him been talking. And the beauty of it is guys like Relly and even DK. DK is able to give you his honest opinion. Relly also was at EA Play, and now he's playing what he's playing now. And the beautiful thing about Relly is not under NDA. Relly doesn't have an embargo. Smitty and I have an embargo. We can't give, let me say this again, because a lot of you guys are here now tonight. We can't give a review on the game because we have a certain date that we have to wait. And that's just the price you pay, man, when you're affiliated. You know what I mean? Like, some of the reviews are already out there by different companies. Everybody
that wasn't even supposed to be out. Those aren't even supposed to be out.
Yeah. Because the patch is not even, like, the day one patch is not even out yet. So how can you review a game that the patch isn't even out yet?
Yep, and like long shot, we can't stream that because EA Access, I've been told, because I actually haven't played EA Access because we got the game the night before it, so was no need. But I've been told EA Access is only giving you a certain amount of long shot.
Yeah.
So
only Act 1.
Yeah. So I can't. A lot of people have been asking for that. So I'm just trying to prep y'all. But see, Relly here can go in. Me and Smitty got to kind of be more reserved because that's just business. Y'all know how that works. Until that date, which is what, Smitty? I believe the 21st.
21st.
We could give a full review and letting everybody know in advance. That Thursday, we're going to give a live review on the show of the game. All right, so let me throw it to Smitty real quick, and then we're going to turn Relly loose and let him go in. But, Smitty, I guess we'll get back to the NBA stuff if we can, man. If we don't, oh, well, everybody's pretty much here for Madden, but we'll leave some room for the NBA stuff. But what's your first initial slight impression since, playing it from EA Play?
Not really a fan of all Madden level without sliders.
Interesting. I actually like it this year for some strange reason.
It's a lot of the same nuances that been going on for the longest time. When you put it on all Madden, you run the ball. As soon as your running back gets to the line, they release the blocks. Robo quarterbacks. I played that I played a game, and the preseason game, the one I streamed last night, and basically robo play. Nah, I can't, but the game that I streamed, the Jets played like the Jets. They, the QBs, everybody played straight. And I mean, mind you, I'm playing on this is sim settings, but that's the way it was playing. So I feel like right now all pro is the spot until there's some slider settings that help with balancing the gameplay. And I mean, I don't know how many teams you have played with, Sim, or you just played the Steelers only.
No,
you play with other teams. You play with mix up. Okay, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I like about playing with a team that's not. No, I have it purposely zooming back in and out like that. That's why it's doing that. But I like the reason. Like, I like the all pro because it feels more balanced. But all in all, though, I will say this: if they tighten up the zones, game's on point. Like, I mean, it's on tap. And like we said before, well, we said it at EA Play, we said it when we came back. You got to feel the game. As a lot of people been saying in the chat, looking at it here, and people have been saying, Twitter, all that good stuff, you know, DK saying it as well. You got to feel the game. If you don't feel the game out and feel how the game runs and all that stuff, you're not going to catch it all by watching it. You know what I'm saying? So when you get your hands on time with it, if you got that EA access, spend that quality time with it, you know what I'm saying, and have fun playing it and feel it, you know, and feel the game out or whatever. But because I mean, I know we can't go full-blown review mode, but like I said, it's just the zone. The only reason why I just jump on the zone play is because so many of us have jumped on that, like all over the place. So but I mean, I'm not touching CFM as of yet, just because you got to wait for that day one patch. Like, I don't want to jump into it, get started, and then have to revert. You know, basically start all over again. So I'm just going to wait until they do that day one patch for that, or update or whatever. But I like what they're doing. This game clearly is put into a position where it's going to be able to really blossom and grow. And that's the main thing that we were looking for out of this game, especially with them going over to Frostbite, because that's a big undertaking to go over to another engine like that. So it's going to, you know, that's going to take a lot of work. But yeah, just tighten them zones up and they're good. Like, this is a great game. Excuse me, in my opinion, it'll be a great game, and it'll be real interesting to see how things go when it comes to CFM play. You know what I mean? Especially with online leagues, you know, Sim Standard League, everybody else, and all that stuff. It'll be very interesting to see how everything works. So, especially in that head-to-head capacity. So, but that's pretty much all I'll say at this point. I mean, you guys have said a lot of the things, the run blocking, the player movement, all that good stuff. And another thing I will say is this too that I like. I haven't really practiced yet with the pass placement, but I like the fact of the matter that just using the analog stick, it's a lot looser with the overall placement. You can do a legitimately good pass lead with just moving the analog. You don't necessarily have to use the target.
I was waiting for somebody to say that.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing in that game. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that caught me off guard there, but I love that. So what that tells me, and I'll just say this real quick, Sim, what that makes me think, Sim, is that when it comes to, you know, if people complain about, oh, I can't pass and all that stuff, well, technically you can, because they allow you, or at least they enable you to go ahead and place that ball out there in open space. You just got to time it right, but then you can go ahead and place that ball out there. Yeah, in a minute, I'm going to do some loop-de-loops, really, so in that way you can really just bust out the bark bag, just let it out. You know what I'm saying? Let it all out, bro. Let it all out. You know what I'm saying? Let it go.
It's crazy.
No, but yeah, it's but no, that's pretty much all I got, man. You know, like I said, come next week, we'll have a lot more hands-on time with the game, and then we'll really be able to dive into it. So,
can I say a quick thing, real quick, Sim?
Yeah, go ahead.
The hit stick, another game changer. Definitely, yes. Hands down, another game changer. If you don't time your stuff up right, you're done for. Them touchdowns all day. So definitely need to work on that hit stick. And like Lights was saying, Lights, if no one knows who Lights is, or if you checked out his stuff on YouTube, like, his stuff is legit. He talked about how to switch at the last minute to have your guy lined up to make the hit stick, because if you're thinking it's going to be Madden 17 and pressing the extra square button, you're done for. You're going to get roasted all day. So the hit stick is definitely another major game changer that I like, because people just clicking on and pressing X is just boring, man. Like, it takes no skill in pressing X, but it takes skill of lining your dudes up and getting hit sticks. And when you do get hit sticks, it's a good feeling, because you feel like that you did it yourself.
Yeah, man, I love how the cut stick is back too.
Oh yeah.
So real quick, guys, we got Kia in here, but I want to throw it to Relly first, and then come back to Kia, because if y'all have been listening, like last week when they are both on, they usually bounce off of each other. So I want to hear what Relly has to say first, and then come back to Kia, because Kia, again, being another person who was not an EA player or anything like that, he saw it for the first time. I've already seen him voice his opinion on the zones. And before Relly goes in, let me give y'all a quick update. I know when the zones are going to be fixed. I can't tell you right now. I cannot give you that information. I can tell you that it will be soon. Let me kill the misconception. To my knowledge, Relly will probably confirm it will not be in the day one patch.
Yeah,
we actually told y'all that. Yeah,
I was told that today. It's not in day one.
We told y'all last week why. Day one patch was already gone. All right, so but it will be real soon. But
let me go ahead and say it's fixed. It has to go through certification with the two systems.
There it is.
So y'all figure out the timeline on y'all.
And do what I always tell y'all to do. Go nudge Rex, because Rex has been known to tell you and stuff. I just can't, because I don't have a badge that says EA Sports. I can't say it.
I got in trouble last week, so I'm trying not to go too far.
Yeah, but it will be soon. It will be soon. Real quick, Relly, let me give him another small nugget. It's gonna be interesting for Relly and I too, and Smitty, because what I've been told is it resembles what we saw. However, there were bugs in the EA Play build, so I'm interested in seeing what's different. But it will be lights, eons better than what we're seeing now, is what I've been told. So just hold tight on that. But Relly, what you got, man?
All right, I guess we'll start with zones, since that's what we're talking about. I hate that I got to start on the bad thing about the game, but this is what I'm going to say. It's not, the zones don't physically play worse than Madden 17 does. If you notice, the two-man animations that are stuck together are gone.
Yeah, not as much as that.
Okay, so the smallest amount of space is going to turn into a big play. So if zones are playing bad at all and you don't have that suction going on, then you're pretty much screwed. So I think that's more what's going on with most of the zones, with the exception of flats. Every type of flat is just completely broken. And Smitty, all I was saying was that the deep third middle zone was still broken in EA Play, not every other zone. Every other zone was great. But that deep third middle, you can still manipulate for a one-play touchdown at EA Play. I actually think I said that on the show. But as far as zones are concerned, match is broken. Cover 3 is awful. The only time hard flats work are from a cover 2 and only versus certain types of things. I'll let Kia go crazy on the zones because I know Kia is going to go nuts. The rest of the game, though, total control passing. I told y'all that once you get in practice mode, it might look all cool and you can do it, blah, blah, blah. Once you get into a game and someone knows how to send some pressure at you, you can't move your quarterback, good luck using that all game. Like I was trying to tell people, it's so situation-based. I don't see anybody using it all game long. It's one of those things where if you see, hold on, I was reading something. Flats are complicated in real football too, though, if you're a flat defender. Yeah, Chris, my main point is the type of flat isn't playing the area of the field that it's supposed to at all. Like table routes from the running back, completely open no matter what you do. But unless you man it up. But anyway, the things I like defensively, man coverage is better, shading is better. We got banjo coverage. We got something else coming too that none of us can really say.
Yeah, boy, I'm waiting on that one.
yeah, that's gonna change the entire game. Actually, there's two things that no one knows about that's going to change the entire game.
Look, really, I'm pushing for them not to even announce it. Just let it drop.
They should just drop it. Yo.
Just drop it.
They should just drop it. ID the mic works well.
Kia would find it though. Kia would find it.
Oh, Kia see it. Yeah, Kia see it. Kia see it immediately. Because that's one of the things he'll test as soon as he sees that type of patch go in, like hidden in the patch notes. And Kia's like, what? But yeah, there is pressure in this game. I don't like the fact that nano detection is still activating on linebackers. I understand the D-line, except for when they use ID to Mike, I feel like it should be cut off. I've expressed this to them.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. Because what's happening is people make the mistake on offense and ID the wrong person, and my linebacker will come through the gap too fast, and it causes nano detection. That's not something I did. That's something that you made a mistake on offense. So I don't like that. The new hot route adjustments on defense are the things that is what really takes the most time to learn, just as far as adjusting in the game. Just your outside corner, you can make them play like 9 different assignments. And trying to remember that is really difficult. The safeties, their hot routes change based on whether the coverage is single high or too high. All that's really good, man. They put a lot of tools into this game. And when that zone improves, this whole game's going to change. But right now, the game is already tenfold better than it was last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's not even close. It's the other thing that I'm noticing, Sim, have you noticed this too with your user? You still get the chance. You still get those times where someone will throw right in your face and the ball just goes through your face. No animation.
Yeah, I can't say I've actually seen that yet, but I heard somebody else mention that.
Yeah, I've been seeing it. Yeah, even with the zone issue, Chris, the zones last year were way worse than this. To be honest with you, I'm comparing them to what I seen 3 months ago to what it is now. That's what makes me mad. And then when the actual bug that was in the build was explained to me, combined with other feedback they got and why things happen, I understand it more. I was just feeling a type of way last week, because I felt like I lied to people, or people felt like I was lying to them coming out of EA Play. That's how I felt last week.
And let's keep it real, man, real quick. Yeah. They ain't mean to cut you off, but let's keep it real for a second. A lot of people in the community is saying the zones are broken because we all said that. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Because nobody saw the game except for people who was at EA Play. So a lot of this is just, oh yeah, they are broken. And that's why Relly is explaining from his standpoint what was different. And he's comparing it to what we played at EA Play and Madden 17. Not just looking at it and saying they're broken. We know exactly how the game was reacting. And we know that inside scoop as to why it was doing that and the reason why we all pushed for it to get back to that. So that's why it's easy for us to say it's broken. But a lot of people, you can't really say that because y'all haven't even played the game.
I will say this, though. Outside deep zones are playing better than they did last year by a long shot. It's still that middle deep third like Smitty was talking about. Still goes haywire, obviously. On offense, I feel like at least 20 to 22 of the offensive playbooks can legitimately be run this year. They've added so much on the offensive side of the ball. Smitty bugging me out with his camera going in and out again.
Yeah.
I feel like
Smitty got that sci-fi stuff.
But there's so much more in this game. The depth of this game is better than any recent year. There is pressure to be had if you learn how to use it. The problem is you have to get really tricky with what you're doing. You have to get really exotic. You have to match personnel. You have to change what you're doing. You have to make it look. You have to know when to blitz, when not to blitz. You cannot blitz every down. I don't care what blitz you find. That ain't happening. You have to pick your spots. the running game is probably my favorite addition. Duo is so good. All the jumbo formations, which, as I'm sure a lot of people have noticed, they've been renamed. Wing tight, wing stack, all that type of stuff. Wing jumbo Z, stuff like that. Those formations are great, and you can actually pass from it. The game speed, as far as like speed threshold, if I got 2 speed over you and I got a step, as far as ratings is concerned, I'm gone. Even though zones are broken to an extent, you still see elite players making elite plays, which is something that you did not see in the past. Like I just played, like I said, I was just in that. I just played a tournament game against another tournament player. I didn't realize it until I got right at the game when he told me, when I saw his friends list, and I was like, "Who are you?" You know what I'm saying? Because he had like curly top and stuff like that on there. I was like, "All right, the regular, everybody don't know this person." So when I got in the game and I started playing him, I was like, "Yeah, this game's gonna be," you know what I'm saying? Like when you start playing other people with that thought process, it's like, all right, this game's gonna be crazy. And then I've also played guys who identify more with the sim community on sim settings and found that to be fun as well. So I've seen a lot of people complaining about the CFM regression, and for those of you guys who are in here who don't realize this yet, CFM, they advised everybody, but they didn't make a big enough noise about it for everybody to know. Don't start a CFM until the 22nd.
Yeah, it's in the cloud.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's not gonna, it's all messed up right now. So if you try to play it now, it's gonna mess up bad. C routes are easier to defend. One thing I've noticed, like I said, is flats, man. The seam flats aren't playing correctly. Hard flats, the only time they play correctly is in cover 2 pressed up. Cloud flats are lost. Curl to flats or purples, they don't get the same depth that we were seeing in EA play.
Nope.
At all. And that's annoying me because if you got like a deep corner, I'm trying to think of a play off the top of my head, but if you got a really deep corner and you drop a curl to flat under it and you have a streak, it's not going to play it, and it's annoying me. One of the other things that really gets on my nerves, why as a user, if I know which way you're going to juke, am I falling down?
Yeah. I don't like
I do not like that. I do not like that. Like if I got you lined straight up and I know you're about to spin this way because you keep doing it, my player shouldn't just keep stumbling and falling on the ground. I'm sorry. I know what you're doing. Like that's starting to annoy me. I will say they may have to tone down kick returns. The blocking on kick returns is bad. Like I mean, like way too good, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like pass rush needs to be turned up a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so do I.
Not crazy, but a little bit. I feel like where it is on aggressive is where it should be on balance, and then aggressive
on balance,
should be a little bit higher. You know, and
it's
to
coming.
be honest,
it's coming.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. Same. It's in there with the zone thing.
The zones, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. I had that conversation. But yeah, man, I understand some of their points. Speaking to them, but I'm excited for this year, yo. And DK, what you said about problem, this game being tailor built for him, I agree with you, and I think I said that right after EA Play. That problem is the person.
You did right when y'all did the podcast after EA Play. That's exactly what you said. I totally agree.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. Like, no pun intended. Him and Serious Mo. I hate to admit that, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I saw Mo playing last night, and he was struggling a little bit. But he goes, when it's time, he said he'll be ready.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, man. People just getting their hands on the game. The way Problem and Mo Lab is a little different than a lot of other people. They'll just jump into a game and play for a while and just see how the game works before they go into practice mode.
Scheming and like stuff,
yeah. Scheming and things like that. Problem is good enough with his stick work to where that he can still make up for not knowing what's going on with his stick. So if you combine that and the improvements in the run game, Problem's going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah, especially in the run games. You know he likes to run and play solid defense, so you got that on point right there.
And the other thing, too, is I think a lot of the Sim guys are going to be real happy this year. I really do, because a lot of the things that I've seen people complaining about as far as offensive line interactions, wide receivers blocking downfield, things like that, I'm seeing all that. And if you get an interception, if you get one block, you are gone. So you better not throw a pick in the flat. But I'm gonna tell everybody this: the thing I recommend everybody do is to learn all the new defensive adjustments, the individual adjustments based on player positioning. Because if you don't, you're gonna accidentally throw somebody in the wrong thing. You're gonna be in trouble. Because it happened to me. So, but yeah, man. I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and toss it to Kia. That's my initial thoughts. I kind of want to hear what everybody has to say.
Yeah, definitely Kia.
Oh, man. And one thing I keep seeing, and Sim can't probably answer this. The 4K thing for PS4 Pro and for Xbox One X. Right now, the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X are upscaling on their own. To come will be a developer setting that enhances it even more. So I'm just going to throw that out there. And if you don't have a 4K TV or monitor, you're really not going to see it.
And it includes HDR too, right?
Right now it'll upscale on its own.
Yeah.
But once the developers put their own settings in for that, then that you know what I'm saying, you'll get the true 4K experience out of it. It still looks night and day better. Like if you look at it on your own screen with HDR, like even in 1080p HDR, it looks way better to me.
Well, man, let's throw it to Kia, man. It's again somebody who's first touched the game just recently. I want to hear your thoughts, man. Oh, Kia.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, you can hear me. Good. Yeah. I just feel I feel like we're just right there. I feel like how I felt like at Madden 17 when it first released. We're this close. We just got to tighten some screws up, and we're there. And I feel it this way, and I guess with this game as well. We're right there. It's these damn zones, man. It's these zones. I mean, the good news is we can play man coverage. The bad news is watching the games, no one has man coverage corners and mutt. So, like I said last week, what's going to happen in these games? Guys are just sitting there, their safety's back. They're getting run over because their safeties aren't involved, and these corners are getting kicked out now. So they're getting gashed on the run. So they're complaining about that. That's on them. That's their own fault. Bring those safeties down. Everyone's wide open because these zones are getting out leveraged so quickly. I was watching someone lab Y sail against cover 4. And, coverage, all coverage is a if-then situation. If my receiver on my side that I count does this, I do that. If I'm a number 3 hook zone defender, if number 3 on my side goes vertical, he's mine. If he crosses me, he's mine. If he goes out, I look for the new number 3. What's happening with these trip formations and these flood concepts is that number 3 defender, when number 3 is going vertical, he's not matching him either fast enough or deep enough. So the guy was just throwing the streak to the number 3 receiver right off the bat, wide open. Easy gain. On the corner, the curl flat or the quarter flat in cover 4, he's not getting wide or deep enough. So both those routes are open. They're open right away. It's hard for me to get a gauge in the pass rush because this is happening so fast. So it's impossible for me to see if it's a function of the zones being busted or the pass rush being too soft. So you have the problem with the zones being out-leveraged so quick. So you can't really play zone coverage. It only leaves man. If you don't have man coverage corners, you're getting roasted. If you don't have anyone who can stop the run up front, you're getting run over. So I think we'll eventually have the balance that we want so we can actually stop this stuff. But right now, from what I'm seeing head-to-head, it's a really offensive game. And I'm seeing the same thing with the deep zones outside as well. What's happening in cover 3, I'm still seeing the C route get open to the sole tight receiver. And the reason why that's happening is what's happening on that is that I'm seeing a couple of things. One, I'm seeing the corners take false steps inside. So rather than playing with outside leverage to the sideline, what's happening is they're taking those false steps inside, they get sucked in, and the corner route breaks wide and then underneath the corner, and he can't make the play on the ball. When there's a back on that side, it's even worse because the cloud flat, he's supposed to be playing in between, kind of muddying up the read for the user. He's doing neither. He's either drifting and coming down, leaving the corner open, or he's just doing nothing, leaving the back open. He's not really doing anything to make their user confused. Doesn't matter if it's hard flat, cloud flat, or curl flat. That flat defender to obstruct the user, and as a result, you know, both the table and the corner are always open. So, yeah. We can get the zones tightened up. We got something, but until then, it's a headache head-to-head, man. It's an absolute headache.
Yeah, man, that's...
Hey, you know what, though? Exactly what he just said with the zones is what I was trying to explain. I just knew that he would be able to word it in a way that everybody would understand without getting overly technical. Like, because if I get into it, I'm going to start speaking, like, really, really technical, and people are going to get lost. And Kia has a really good way, if you watch his videos, of turning football terminology into regular terminology. So I appreciate that, Kia. And your cover 4s, you're going to like some.
Oh, yeah.
Nugget.
It's crazy, man. It's just, again, for those of us who saw it before, it's kind of like, oh, man. And I'm seeing a lot of speculation, like people are saying how they think they're going to fix it. And I'm like, that's not even close to what they're doing.
No.
You know, but just know this. Guys like Relly and guys like Lights were at EA Play trying to do everything that he mentioned tonight. And it wasn't working. Flats were playing. The purple routes was cut. I mean, it was tight. And you still saw elite players being elite players, but and it's like I was explaining, and I wanted to say this real quick too, while both Kia and Relly is here. It's like I was explaining in my stream last night. Some people thought I was trying to say that this safety was supposed to make this play, and I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you on a island, so to speak, as a safety, even though that usually refers to a corner, but when you have the third, that deep third, there's somebody coming up the seam and there's somebody on the outside. You have to make a decision. It's like Kia says, you have to decide. And I want to see the game even get to a point where they're making the decision. Like, let me see the game replicate. I'm going to choose to jump the seam. I'm going to choose to jump this guy on the outside. Right now, the biggest issue that's in the game, that's been in the game for years, however, it was way better at EA Play, is they still just keep going back, and then the ball is thrown. Then they realize, oh, now that has to go. I've said this to Rex, to A-Dub, all of these guys. That has to go. Now, I'm cool with everyone not making the play, but anybody on the NFL level is competent. They might not make the play, but you can see what their decision was. At EA Play, it was even times where guys like Earl Thomas was cheating. Like he was like, oh, he jumps it, like the arm goes back and he's on it.
And he's gone. He's got to go.
He was there. And that Relly will tell you that kind of stuff was happening.
Yeah, but now that I've been explained to what the bug was, looking back, I do realize that was happening.
That was happening with everybody.
Yeah, that was happening. Now that I think about it, it's not happening.
What's happening now? No, nothing's happening now because what's happening is that there's nothing to hold the user so the route's open right away. I think that if you have your cloud flat is supposed to be your balance. I'm going to sit here in between the flat and the corner, and I'm going to make you doubt yourself. And when you hesitate on that doubt, you have a defensive tackle in your lap. That's your cloud flat. Your hard flat is your trap cover. You show the same look, but you're making a hard read into the flat, hoping you can sucker the guy into a quick pick six. But right now, you get none of that. You just have static, instant, deep routes open on multiple levels.
Look, this is the thing. Whether it was a bug or not, should have been left alone. Leave the bug in there.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no. This is why. Let me explain.
Okay.
Nate Robinson, Yao Ming, right? I'm gonna use basketball example here. Nate Robinson can block a shot just like Yao Ming can, right? Nate Robinson blocked Yao Ming before.
Yeah.
Now, it takes more work for him to be able to do it, but he could still do it. If you see somebody play a video game and you see short little Nate Robinson make a big time play, people gonna be like, "Oh, how come that little guy could do it? That don't make sense. He can't do that." But then the guy that's big, tall, he's expected to make that play. Just like you said, Earl Thomas, he's supposed to make that play. Well, think about this. Richard Sherman, when he was first brought in Madden, he wasn't 90 some odd overall. He was like 56 or 60 or something like that. His rating was extremely low. Think about this. How do you get Sherman, when he was first brought in Madden, how do you hold on, you know what, it's echoing. Somebody got it echoing. I don't know who that is, but somebody got it.
I think it's DK.
I got it.
All right. But no, what I'm saying is that Richard Sherman, at some point, he was able to make plays. He was able to blossom and become the guy that he is now. In order for him to do that, he has to showcase on some level that he's able to make plays. And my point is that even though people were jumping routes like that, the thing is, Sim, in your game, yeah, Earl Thomas was going off and do like elite guys were doing what they were supposed to do. But when I was playing, everybody on every team was not making every play. Dudes got toasted and burned and stuff like that. And when we looked at each other's replays, they all made sense. Defenders saw it, they threw the ball, they made the read, jumped on it. Everybody wasn't playing like a superstar, but the bottom line was that it was, you saw players making reads and making plays at times. Yes, guys got beat on man coverage. Yes, guys got beat on zone play. But even when take it even further, even when we were playing on competitive and we were playing, when we played that Mud Squads game, CPU was jumping routes, making plays and stuff like that too, but it wasn't unrealistically happening. They're supposed to do it. They're in the NFL. That's like the point you made a few years ago, Sim, when we was down at the studio. Clint asked us, so what should happen if you got an elite defensive lineman going up against a guy that's basically a rookie or he's lowly rated, not as skilled? He shouldn't just run right around him. He should progressively get beat or get driven back quickly, right? Because he's an NFL caliber lineman. So it's like he's not good, but you should still show that he can block to some level. That's the same kind of thing when we're talking. Well, that's what I'm talking about, at least. When I'm talking about the zone play, everybody can jump. Everybody, listen, the Lions ain't got a great secondary, but Darius Slay's the only person that could jump a route. You know what I'm saying? He's just the best.
Bro. That's the reality, bro. Who explained what the bug was to you? Did the same person that explained it to me and Sim explain it to you?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't because it has nothing to do with how the zones played as far as how tight they played. That bug has nothing to do with how tight the zones played.
Yeah, because the acknowledgement.
You're sounding really wild right now, talking about leave that bug in the game.
Yeah, here's the thing: the acknowledgement from Rex,
man.
and all those guys.
We're gonna have to break some real bread.
No,
I'm asking.
No. We'll break some real bread at another time.
Explain it.
I'm gonna leave it there. No, I'm gonna leave it there.
Hold on.
We'll talk another time.
This is the thing you got to keep in mind. Like, obviously, we all should know that there is an issue with coverage. That's the reason why it's being fixed. So
yes.
we can't go off none of us can go off and say, oh, they should have left. No. There is acknowledgement that they toned it down. We're saying there's added things that was in the EA Play bill that may have made some things seem false. And we're dancing around it because we can't just say these, it's stuff that we had these conversations, and I can't just say outright everything. But that's what we're trying to say.
That's why I'm asking if Smitty had that conversation with the same person we did.
Right, exactly. Because you can't.
Because zones were toned down. It's clear. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the bugs that were addressed.
Right.
At the same time as zone being toned down. Because had they not toned down the zones, the only thing you would have noticed was that one bug being gone, and you wouldn't really be complaining about zone coverage right now.
I'll tell you this: I would like to see some way to have coverage mistakes or coverage busts replicated in the game. It doesn't drive everybody insane. Like my Jets last year, for example, the Jets had some of the worst secondary play you could ever see. Guys just turned loose wide open by 15, 20 yards.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that happens. Guys make mistakes. Guys get fooled. Guys get crossed. Someone thinks that one guy has a guy who's going out, but the other guy thinks he has somebody going in. But there's no real way to replicate that in a game that doesn't drive people screaming for flaws and fixes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have basic technique done right. Guys know where to line up. They know where to open up. They know who they have in front of them based off of how a formation is aligned. After that, all hell can break loose. I'm fine with a guy getting beat because maybe his awareness is 50 and he squats in a route he should not squat on and it runs right by him. I'm okay with that. But what I don't like is when awareness and recognition and technique is dumbed down deliberately, I think, because of fear of how the community will accept having to make a real life read and read things like coverage leverage and gauge distances between receiver, defender, and ball.
Mm-hmm.
We got to somehow unprogram the Madden community from thinking that, a deep corner against a solo side corner in deep third coverage is a good throw. It isn't. That's asking for your receiver to get his head taken off. We got to get away from that and educate the Madden player to change the way they view the game into something more resembling that of football in a way that makes football sense.
Yo, Kia, this I just gotta say something about, and I respect what you said, but educating this community? Are you kidding me, nigga? These guys, it takes.
Well, if we don't try, we get nothing.
Yeah, we still ain't gonna get nothing. You just get a lot more nothing. But look at the comments, man. People are asking dumb, stupid questions, and you're trying to educate these niggas. All right, that's all I got to say. I'll be back. I just had to say something, man.
Hey, all we can do is do the right thing and let whoever wants to come for the ride come along.
It isn't just this side of the community, though. I'm gonna say that now. It's not. It's not. Because if you go on Twitter, I'm not going to say people's names and stuff, and just look at some of the competitive players, and you'll start laughing. Kia, I'm sure you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's everybody, bro. It's everybody.
It's crazy, but I get on the surface, I get what Smitty is saying, but
that's what I'm saying. If he had the conversation that I had or that you had, I think that he might understand what we're saying a little better.
Right. Because what we don't want, and this is something I'll steal from Gibbs and Farrells. They used to always tell me, man, that's just a Band-Aid. I want to get away from that stuff. Like, I don't want false things happening. Like, it's almost the equivalent of all Madden. All Madden at times will just do some stuff that's not right. And that's the equivalent of what we're saying. We're not saying that, you know, because clearly everybody knows that the bug is not what was making the coverage extremely great. Like, everybody recognized something's wrong. The devs within that building, I mean, I can name names, Relly knows. All of them was like, told y'all. Like, they had these internal battles, like, man, it ain't right. It's not right. Now, we came in, played the game again, and we all was like, yo, what's up? What y'all do? So there is an acknowledgement of adjustment that was made. That's the reason why it is being patched. But it's other layers to it. And when I had the conversation, I was like, oh, dang, I didn't even know that. And that's what really had the same conversation. There is other layers under that was in that bill that affected a lot of other different things. And that's what we're saying. So don't take it on the surface that we're saying the bug is what just made everything perfect. No, it's not what we're saying. They still needed to take care of that issue. But zones in general is just it's not playing the way it did at EA Play, even without the bug.
I agree. Zone logic was there, but then you had the other things on top of it. Smitty, man, you keep distracting me with this camera, bro. Why are you doing? I feel like you're doing it to mess with me, bro.
No, it's just the way it works.
No, you do it. No. I be on here every week. You don't be doing that.
Because I got a new one. It's a new camera. That's why.
It's bugging out. That camera is tripping, dog.
Oh no, it's the way it's the way it's set. It's the way it's set up. So,
you guys, look. I'm not talking about everybody in the chat. Okay, so people are saying I'm being mean to them. No, I'm talking about people who keep asking the same questions every week and the same, and they know who they are. I'm not knocking everybody in here. There's a lot of people in here that's smart, know the game. So don't take it like that. If you guys take it like that, then you haven't been listening for the last few weeks. There's a lot of these questions of the same exact thing over and over, and they can't answer half of them anyway, but they're still being asked. That's what I'm talking about. But so don't take it the wrong way. And I wasn't.
Let's make sure though. Let's just keep it clean because it's people, it's new people and stuff. Like let's just try to keep it as clean as we can.
Well, I will. That was my bad, but I'm just saying it's like I'm trying to explain it because people keep thinking I'm trying to put everybody down. I wasn't putting Kia down. I was just trying to say some of these people are asking the same thing. Way too much, and it's just kind of crazy. That's all. And it's like if you don't know by now, you won't know. Just wait for the game to come out, then you don't have to worry about it. But I'll keep it clean.
No doubt, no doubt. We got a new caller, guys. Let's get the new caller in here real quick.
Where's AZ at?
Something is happening with the invite, man. It's not allowing him to accept it. I've sent it to him like 100 times. He's saying he keeps getting an error. I don't know what's going on, man.
All right.
But yeah, man, we got definitely a new listener. Not new listener, but a new caller here, man. The floor is yours. What are your thoughts so far on Madden? And also, even if you want to transition into the NBA 2K or NBA Live, you can do that as well.
Yeah, y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
you. Good. All right. Might try to do two birds, one stone, but first on Madden, like everybody's saying, I'm not gonna say the zones are broken, but they do have some. You can let some plays go that they should have had. I'm enjoying the run game. So some of the passes is nice to me. It shows like some true skill and a new nice way of stick maneuvering. I don't like because I use the Dolphins, and it was a tough time trying to crack the line either with the computer or me using the Russian with Suwake or any of the other players. But outside of the pass rush and the zone hiccups, I don't have that much problem with it. I was able to run the ball pretty good because I like to use teams that have a good line. I'm an old school type of player. I like to run the ball. Not too many problems.
Yeah, you think it's a step up over 17?
Most areas, yeah. Played any of the Buns quarterbacks yet? Because I've only played against the Saints. I like to play the harder teams on all Madden as soon as I get the game. You know, more comfortable with it. But as far as playing those individual quarterbacks, they do what they're supposed to do. They're good. Some of the other players on other positions, if you're not that good, you will get exposed. Like when I played against the Patriots, I was using the Lions, and I made Deion Lewis fumble 3 times in the game. I lost 24-7. I mean 24-21, but he fumbled the ball 3 times, and they were still trying to run the ball with him.
And that's the key thing too. I did notice, just to comment, a couple guys are saying in the chat, it's brand new, so we got to take some time with it. I mean, realistically, most people just touched it yesterday. Also, you got to use some of these mechanics, man, like coaching adjustments. That stuff actually works. Like if you do aggressive pass rush and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to take time for everybody to relearn the game, to see, you know, where you pick your spots, what works and what doesn't.
One of the more tougher teams I played. One of the more tougher teams I played was the Falcons. I found the Falcons to be a lot more tougher than the Patriots, because when I played the Patriots using the Ravens, they would play press with nobody over the top. Everybody that watches football knows that Perryman and Wallace are speed receivers. So beat them on a couple of go routes. And no, all jokes aside, I actually almost beat the Falcons with the Browns. I lost on that game, but I was able to actually like move the ball, play a little bit of decent defense. You know, their defensive line isn't as good, but all in all, I mean, I'm enjoying my experience.
That's what's up, man. You have anything else for us before you go?
Just a quick one on the Live and 2K thing. Live is good for what it is. It's not going to play like 2K. It's not going to be like 2K, and that's one thing I have enjoyed. The one thing that I didn't enjoy with the demo is players coming in there playing online, thinking that it is 2K and trying to play it that way. For other players, when I finally got with people who knew what they were doing, the game was fun, it moved seamless, and I had a ball with it.
Definitely, man. I want to open up that conversation too real quick. I want to get everybody here on the panel. I'm going to start with NY Kia. I see Kia still in here because him and Smitty both are definitely, they've been very vocal about live and what they needed to do. So I want to come around to all of you guys and hear what your thoughts are in general. I'll start with Kia. What you think about the demo, man? What's good and what's bad?
I just posted a review of it just now, actually. I think they did what they had to do in order to create buzz for the game. That's the best way of putting it. Okay. The demo is deep. There's a lot to do. And it's fun. It is a really fun game to play. The controls are responsive. They're fluid. You can do what you want to do without any input delay or any surprises. And it's just a blast to play. The flow of it is nice. They cleaned up a lot of the wonkiness from NBA Live 16. The biggest issue with it that people are going to have is that when you get past, you know, the basic meat and potatoes of basketball and the controls and all of that, how much depth is going to be there? You know, it doesn't have as deep an animation library as 2K. After a while, after a couple of trips down the floor, you've seen all the post moves. You've seen all of the hop step gathers and step back jumper animations. How much more is there to keep you engaged for the rest of the time? You know, it's a great step forward, and it's a good effort to show that they have a viable product. You know, you playing head-to-head is going to be a lot of fun. That's the way I think it's going to get most of its traction. I don't think the franchise mode experience is going to match up to 2K at all, but I think the park stuff and the Drew League and the N1 stuff, it can hold its own there because that is really fun to do. You can pull off all the moves that you want relatively easily, and building up your player is pretty interactive. I think that's going to be its immediate niche until the rest of the stuff, the franchise mode, the 5-on-5, meat and potatoes coaching depth and signature style and signature animation catch up a little bit more. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, man, I could definitely agree with that. That's a good assessment. I'm gonna comment on that when it gets back to me. I'll throw it to DK next. DK, man, do you play live? And if you do, did you play the demo? And how did you feel about it? Do you think they're coming back, or they have a chance to redeem themselves, or what? You might have to unmute. Showing you still muted. Go ahead, Smitty. You go first. You go up now, then we'll come back to DK.
All right. Well, basically, there you go. He unmuted it for a sec.
Yeah, it's still muted right
still
now.
went back. All right, now it's up.
All right,
y'all can hear me?
Now. Yeah,
there you go. Go ahead, man.
For live, I ain't gonna even front and try to come up with something. I haven't even played the demo, so y'all gonna pass me on that. I'm not gonna be like, it's this when I don't even know. So I have no clue.
That's what's up. What you got, Smitty?
All right. Well, I like Kia hit on a lot of the key points that I basically would have hit on in regards of it, because you need to, you have control. Yes, you see a decent. You see a decent amount of animations in the game, but at the same time, this is a part we got to remember. People are forgetting, and honestly, to an extent, it's a good thing. This is a foundation game for NBA Live. That this is a foundation that, they never had an animation system running like this before. So this is completely new. 2K, they've been running off basically the same kind of animation system basically since Dreamcast. So if you have this legacy system that you've been running on for 20 plus years, or about 20 years, then it's a whole different level of expectation. Not expectation, but as far as where the game is at. And the funny thing is that to see that you actually have to play basketball, like what I love about this game is that they're forcing you to play basketball.
Yeah, it does that very well.
You have to set picks. You have to pass. You can't just try and be a ball hog and all that. Otherwise, you're going to get all kinds of turnovers and block shots and three-pointers against you, because 2K emphasizes offense so hard. Even reading them blogs and all that stuff and listening to the impressions from guys that went to that team up, it's once again, they talking about all this offense. And I love the fact that you got control, and that's the whole thing that I loved about it, especially playing it at EA Play, and then to even to play it now. I'm liking the level of control that they have in their game. And they said Live will never touch 2K. That's good, because I want Live to be its own game. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want it. I trust and believe. I never wanted to touch 2K ever. I want Live to be its own game and 2K be its own game. That wouldn't make sense. I don't want it to be that.
I think Live has the right approach. I think Live has the right idea of marrying total control and separating away from these two-man sequences. You don't have two-man sequences in NBA Live. Everything is detached from each other. If you try to dribble too close to a guy, you're smacking into him. There's nice body contact in the paint. There's nice body contact at the rim. Right. It just where 2K gets Live is that 2K has the sizzle. They have the flash. Live is just a steak that, tastes good. It's well done. It's cooked nice. It's edible. But 2K has the trimmings. It has the seasoning. It has the gravy. It has the steak. It has all the trimmings.
Yep.
That's the difference.
Yep. And that's true. And it's gonna take Live time to build it out. But the cool thing is, I said this even beforehand. I'm like, give it, another 2 good years of them developing off of this core. They really will have something. off of what they got right now. So, and then they can keep pushing forward. So that's the main thing. They have to have something consistent, because for the longest time, live, I would say latter PS2 days going over to 360, they hit an identity crisis wall where it was like they kept switching up what the main theme was of the game. They kept switching. They need to take this, like I said, build it out and keep pushing upward with it. That's all they need to do. 2K, on the other hand, as far as I'm concerned, they're guilty until proven innocent, only because they put out that blog they put out talking about all this independent movement you got. They said that in 2K16 and you ain't had that. So they literally said that you're not going to be stuck in two-man animations. There's no more sequencing. All that stuff is gone. And that was from Mike Wang and all those guys. And they contradicted themselves. So that's why I'm saying that you got to prove it with your game. Like, if it's truly this freed up game, cool. I'm looking forward to it, because thing is, I want to get to basketball games. I have no problem with playing multiple basketball titles. That's why we have competition, so we can have multiple options. I'm not in this to be like we laugh at and talk about how, you know, some cats be like, man, we need live to come back, and then ultimately, then when it comes back, you only want 2K, or you only want one choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I want to have multiple options.
Just want to say this real quick too, Smitty. Not to cut you off, but
no, you good. You good.
I see my man Josh 3500 is saying this. I've said this so many times in streams. Why is everybody always running 2K? What about, especially with football? I want to see Sony. Why does everybody always say 2K? Y'all act like 2K is perfect. Go play NBA 2K17 right now. There's so many problems in that game. It's just like every other game. So let's stop using 2K as a crutch like it's the end-all be-all. It's that eye candy, like Kia just said. But when you dissect it, it has very similar problems that Madden has in terms of sequencing, the body, recognizing the physics, the mass, the ball tangibility, the spacing, all of that stuff. But a lot of y'all don't notice that. You know, you just, it looked like that Shook ones, in case y'all didn't know what song that was. Yeah. That Shook trailer, most of y'all is wide open off of that.
Yeah, I like that they did that, though.
Yeah, that was dope. Giving Prodigy a shout. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
But most people, they going to look at that and it's the best game in the world. But nah, man. All of us here on the panel, we look at the games in and out. And we don't have no loyalty to a company. Like, people always talk about, y'all so EA, where people are so heavy with 2K. It's like y'all invested in 2K. And I'm telling you, if 989 was still making game day, I would love to see what would be happening right now. Between Madden, 2K, and 989. Then we'd be talking about
at one point, I actually like game day better than Madden.
Yes.
Yeah.
All day.
Like, there was, But the 2K comparison, I never got. Like, I never
remember, Relly, game day had the gang tackling before everybody.
Yeah.
And the total control passing, because I think game day 98, you could drag a guy and the secondary guy could latch on you and take you down. See? But
and they had the eye candy, Smitty, with the thunder and lightning.
Yeah, the thunder and lightning happening and stuff. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Total control passing was done by them first. Guess who did it afterwards, but gets all the high praise? 2K.
Yeah, and
Sony did it first.
The point I wanted to make too, because I want to get Relly's take on live, but I want to say this real quick before I forget.
My take will be quick.
Here's the thing about it, guys. The fact that let me put this out there, because some people seem to think, Sam hates 2K. No, I don't. I'm pissed with 2K because they're this close from being the best basketball game ever. If they nail that stuff in their blog, it ain't even an argument. It's not even a question. They got the fluidity. They got the animations. They got the depth. If everything that they are mentioning in that blog is the truth, it's out of here. And let me explain to y'all why I want them to hit that mark.
Yeah.
This is a copycat league, man. if 2K does, why you think 2K is going with the? Let me give y'all a quick history lesson because y'all be thinking Smith, Sim don't know nothing. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Why do you think 2K now is going with this no can see animations? Y'all know why? It's a couple reasons. You hear the Madden crowd. You hear us always talk about getting rid of them. You think they're not listening to that? Here come Live. Live has been free from 2-man animations for quite some time now. So 2K looked at that and was like, we need to do that, which is great. Because if 2K nails it, then guess who the pressure is on after that? Madden. Every other game will have to get to that level. So I root for every game to be at the top of its game because competition is the reason why 2K coming out swinging it back. But a lot of y'all who love 2K basketball, y'all just wanted to kill Live. No. You don't want that. You want something to be there poking them in the side so you get the best game. I just don't understand that logic. But this is why I'm rooting for 2K to be nail all that stuff. Because I want to play that game that's clean like that with the pretty animations and the depth in my league. I want that. But you did say it before. Smitty hit it right on the head. Y'all told us this before. So my thing with 2K, they this close. They've been this close since 2K11. If they fix their legacy problems, there's no discussion here. 2K would be the greatest basketball game of all time.
Oh, period.
But we got to see it. We got to see it.
Hey, I just want to go ahead and address something before I get into the live thing. Josh in the chat, the whole if 2K Madden bought the license so they know they couldn't touch 2K, that's not what happened.
Oh, get out of here, man.
That's not what happened. Please stop. I've already went over the point of how I could glitch the dog shit out of 2K like no Madden ever made. Sim's already seen it. That's why he stopped harping on it when Farrells and Gibbs showed him.
Bruh.
So I'm just gonna leave that where it is. But what I got a question about, and none of y'all brought this up, is presentation. Isn't everybody like so on Madden because on Madden's back because they don't have like the stuff that 2K5 had with presentation? But now when Live introduces it, it just gets swept under the rug.
That's how it works, really. Because we've been saying this since what, Live, was it 15? There ain't no better halftime show. There's no better halftime show than what Live had. Period. Nope. I haven't seen it. Maybe there's another game that I don't know about. 2K5 can't hold weight to that. They can't. Because they basically took that they took the ESPN presentation to the next level. But again, this is what I'm saying. We should be happy about that. I don't understand every time Live comes out or Madden comes out, it's all of this bashing. Oh, it ain't this and that. You should want Live to be as good as it can be to push 2K. We should want 2K to be as good as it can be to push Madden.
Well, in my opinion, just from what I played and just because of the reputation and the cult-like following that 2K has built up, I don't think Live will ever catch 2K in sales if that's the point people are trying to make.
No, they're not.
But I like the fact that Live is its own game. It's different. They didn't try to copy 2K and try to make the same type of basketball game because that's what everybody's doing. If they did, they'd fail immediately. I think they got work to do. But for this coming back, it looks a lot better. Josh, please just stop.
Nah, let's go ahead and agree.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't respond to Josh.
Go ahead, Relly. Go ahead, Relly.
Just pass that because we can't keep doing this and keep combating.
People like that are at the point of no return. There's no point in doing that.
Yeah, I put it like people who like their favorite rapper. It doesn't matter what they do or their favorite music artist. Doesn't matter what they do. They'll never criticize it. It just is what it is. But yeah, as far as Live is concerned, I didn't play it that much, but I played it enough to realize between EA Play and the demo that it's a much different game from 2K. I like what they're doing. I like the direction it's heading. I still think they're a couple years out from it being a great game.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think it's a good foundation that they've laid down. It's a much better reboot than 16 was.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, and I feel like I have to say this because I was going to say, well, this is pretty much, we're coming up to the end of the show anyway. I was going to say this anyway, but I'll tie this all together. What I think I want to do going forward, guys, because obviously now we seem to have callers every week. This is what I wanted from day one. Smitty and I and Azure, we all said, look, we want the community to run the show. I think what we need to start doing, and I want to say this in front of everybody so we can all come to some type of agreement. Is that a word? Agreement? I think I just made that up. But I want us to have a show now where we're going to have a panel every time and not take calls. Let me explain why. Is it possible to keep everything in order when you're trying to bring everybody in? Because nobody is going to stick to a certain time. I watch how other people do podcasts, and I'm not even just talking about the gaming. It's always structured. That's what I give a shout out to, like Rich Gresham and how they used to do their thing. You got to have some type of structure so the people who are here just to listen can get what they need to get from it. So what I'm challenging you guys with in the community, what we want to do is have a panel every week. And let's say include myself and Smitty and Azure when he can make it, 3 other guests. It'll be a total of 3 other guests. We can get together during the week. And you guys can let me know when y'all want to come through. What's good, Spade? Yo, say what's up to my man K Spade, the prospect. And listen, let me say this real quick too. I'm going to for him because he's humble, and they tell me I'm humble, so I guess we both got the same problem. If y'all ain't watching K Spade, I don't know what y'all doing. K Spade is probably the one, if not the best storyteller on YouTube. Period. That's my opinion, but that's what I'm gonna say. Y'all better be checking my man out for his 2K stuff. I know live stuff is coming, Madden stuff, but if you really want to get engaged in the character, he's your guy. So make sure y'all check out K Spade. But getting back to what I was saying, man, because I even speaking of K Spade, I like how him and his man do their podcast. We need to get some structure. We've grown now, and it's great. We got 176 people watching live, so this is how it's going to be going forward. Y'all can hit us up on Twitter. Me and Smitty and Azure can sit down and decide who we're going to bring on for that week, and we'll just have a panel with topics. All right? I think that's going to be the best.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, kid.
Real quick. I was having a conversation with Clint earlier today about pass rush, and I want the pass rush to be a tick better. And I told him, Clint, sometimes I want you to give in to these guys who say we want authentic simulation pass rush, and just do it. And then Clint said, we did that last year, remember? And you guys begged for a patch.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't that the conversation I was into?
You may have been there too.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, because that led to a separate conversation.
I read all these comments about, we need simulation this, simulation that. Most of you guys saying that have absolutely no clue. No clue at all. Y'all would be crying that the pass blocking is broken within 2 series. So stop. I want matchups to be respected, but trust me, if you guys got what you think that you wanted, you would be hollering on the forums and on Twitter about how the pass blocking is broken and the defense is overpowered and you can't get a pass off because y'all don't know how to make reads for shit. Please stop.
Oh, Kia. Damn it.
That's the truth. That's real. That's real talk.
Whoa. Taking a page out of my book. Hey, real quick, I just want to talk about NBA Live, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick. I tried the demo, loved it, but I made a big mistake trying to play NBA 18 Live, like 16, and I felt miserable.
Ooh.
That's all I got to say about that. Thank you, Smitty.
Yeah.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah,
I felt miserably. The passing lanes, you can't just throw the ball in between anymore. If you try to spot up and hit the 3 all the time, you're going to fail on that. It was different, man. It made me feel like I was actually playing a really good, solid game. And I'm not a big basketball guy. You guys know that. But I love the fact that nothing was taken for granted and anything was given to me. I had to earn it. I still got torched, but I felt better.
Mm.
The reason I didn't play the demo that much is because I tried to get online and play with other people, and they didn't know what they were doing, and it got on my nerves, so I got off. So I don't know if y'all noticed this, but it feels like in live, your teammates really have to know basketball.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or you can be in trouble.
Pretty much.
All I would say too, man, is make sure y'all pay attention to my man Spade. And I'm gonna say this. Another reason why I'm gonna say that is because y'all know Spade. You know, mostly y'all know him for his 2K commentary. That's how he came up. And listen to somebody like that plays 2K and plays live. You know, you don't have to believe what I'm saying or anybody else, but listen to a guy like that, or a guy like Shakedown or Shake and Bake, any of these guys like that. And they're gonna tell you the truth from playing both games. The game, they don't feel the same, and they're not supposed to. That's why I can't entertain guys who keep saying that. Like, I don't understand the whole carbon copy thing. Why would you want two games to be a mirror image of themselves? What we always should be judging with these sports games is how do they replicate basketball, football, soccer, baseball, hockey, whatever. We got to stop. And I'm saying we, because this is supposed to be a movement. We all in this together. We got to stop with the whole clashing, you know, of the two companies. Why are we doing that? We should want the games to just be produced and be great games, regardless of if it's 2K or EA or whatever. Because while y'all think 2K is the all high and mighty, they have stolen from EA. And EA has stolen from them. That's what it's supposed to be. But if you keep trying to compare the game and but it's not 2K. Well, that, you know what that means? 2K is your preference. So go play 2K. It's not, you know, it's not a big deal. Again, I use my Call of Duty analogy. I don't play Call of Duty. I'm done with Call of Duty until it shows me that I'm ready to come back. But do you ever see me in a Call of Duty stream or being all on their blogs telling them how bad they suck? No, because I don't care. So I would advise y'all to do the same thing.
I'm gonna play it this year though. It looked good. I'm gonna try it.
Oh yeah, that world
looks good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
looks good.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna give it a look. If I don't like it, that's it.
But no, hey, I gotta go in a minute. So like, if anybody got any questions for me before I go?
Yeah, we about to close it down, man. Just wanted to say that again. I'm gonna throw it back to all of y'all and let y'all do your closeouts. But going forward, guys, and y'all can tell us in the chat. I think that's gonna be more beneficial for us all, because this is what we wanted, and it's just way too many of y'all that want to come on, and there's no way to manage the time. And one thing I've learned, man, just from being around business and things like that, you got to have some structure, because I can guarantee you there's people here listening that's like, it's all over the place, like new people. So that's going to be our format going forward. If y'all want to be on for that upcoming week, hit us up. Obviously, we're going to get more submissions than we can bring on. We want to do no more than 3 people, because I think 6 at a max. So if myself and Azure and Smitty is there, that's a good base. And we'll just have to, you know, keep some type of list of who we're going to have that week. And we just have a panel that way. And then, you know, of course, you guys can still comment in the chat. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. We're going to get this thing tight, you know, so we can continue to grow and you guys can get what y'all want to get out of the podcast. But going down the line, I'll throw it to DK first, man. Anything you want to say before we get out of here? Oh, we can't hear you.
I can't hear you, fam.
You unmuted, but we just can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yo, is Kia sleeping?
No, you there. All right, Kia, you go ahead real quick. We'll come back to DK. What about you, Kia? Last words?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was playing NCAA. I wasn't paying attention.
No, I was just saying, man, anything you want to say before we sign out of here?
Nah, I'm done.
He's done.
Well, man, you know, it's always open. One of these times, one of these panels, we're going to definitely get it again, where it's you and Relly, and we'll figure out who else, because that should be a nice, solid discussion there. But again, guys, most of y'all know who he is, but when the game comes out and you really want to find out some more ins and outs, X's and O's, go follow NY Kia. Please do that. because he does his playbook breakdowns. He does his, you know, how does cover 3 play? How does match play? How you want to see that? Trust me, you want to see that.
Facts.
Really, last words, man. What you got for us?
One of the things I keep getting asked in the chat is what I think about Madden 17 in comparison to the 18 in comparison to the older games. I think it's clearly better than the last 3. I don't think it's close, to be honest, at the state now. And if they fix zones the way that we're told they're going to be playing, then it's early to say this. As long as they don't mess something up, let me go ahead and throw that out there. As long as something isn't messed up through some type of patch from people complaining or whatever, this definitely has the potential to be the best Madden that we've had. As far as people, I've seen a lot of people like going crazy on Twitter over target passing as well, because they watched a couple videos of like Zan's video, for example. He even said in the video that he threw like 9 picks and he had to cut it all up and do all that. Like going crazy on Twitter. And that's not how it is, yo. Especially when people start learning how to get pressure in the game and things like that. You're not going to be able to rely on target passing all the time. It's a very skilled mechanic. It's very hard to use. The run game's great. I love the new blocking. But, however, I have seen people say that the run game is overpowered. EA, Rex, Clint, any of y'all, if you're watching right now, do not touch it.
Nope.
At least not in, well, you know what? But I was about to say something, but I was about to say at least not in Sim setting, but wait a minute. Rarely plays on competitive, so that's a consensus right there. Don't touch it.
But I agree, though. I agree.
Yeah, don't touch it.
I got plenty run defense. I have no problem stopping the run. Leave it alone.
Get out of Tampa 2 against 3 tight ends. Problem solved.
Thank you.
All y'all got to do is watch my streams. Y'all seen some of the bonehead play calls I've been calling. And you notice I ain't getting mad.
You see a heavy formation with 3 tight ends all to the same side of the field, and you shift your line the opposite direction, and then wonder why a stretch
you're in line cover 2. Freaking dopes.
Exactly. And the other thing,
also learn how to use the run commit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't touch that.
Yeah, I don't touch that neither.
I don't touch that.
I do, because it works for me at times. Not every time, but every now and then it works.
Yeah,
that's dangerous, though.
I'm scared of that. I don't like that.
Neither do I.
But yeah, man, like a lot of the new stuff, and you seen A-Dub tweet out today that exactly what we said. So he confirmed it for everybody live on Twitter. The reason that offensive plays were added and not defensive was because they wanted to get all the alignments and all that working correctly first before they started trying to throw new stuff on top of it. So be expecting new formations and stuff like that to come in the future. I'm not saying during this game.
I wish I could tell them, really. Lord Jesus.
I'm not even talking about it. Oh my God. Y'all gonna see some stuff maybe even this year. Y'all might get surprised this year with some things.
God, I just talked to A-Dub like yesterday, man. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna try to get him on the show too. We need to bring him. We need to revisit A-Dub.
No, and when you have A-Dub on the phone on the show, please let me know that week and let Kia know.
Yeah. Because that's gonna probably be a locked out situation. Like, we'll have him and maybe, like you said, 1 or 2 other people, and that's it. Like, yeah, we're gonna get him on here because y'all need to hear some of this stuff. Like, y'all hear from Rex all the time, y'all hear from Clint, but there's other people in that building that's ass candid. Like those type of guys. Y'all need to hear A-Dub talk. Y'all need to hear him talk. Because I was disappointed, man, when he did the interviews last year. You notice that his interview didn't really get as viewed as high as Rex. And I was like, see, y'all are missing it. Y'all are missing that real food that you need to hear about defense.
But see, the thing is though, with that though, Sim is part of the reasoning is because he's saying a lot of things that he's saying a lot of jargon that's going to sell over folk head. If you don't understand it, you're not going to pay attention to it. And see, that's why you see people in the comments, even in the chat, they get upset and things like and say, "Oh, people insulting the community." No, this is a guy that's making it. Kia talks like he talks. DSK talks like he posts tweets just like how A-Dub would. Really, if he really wanted to go in depth, that's how he would talk. They don't like it would be beautiful. Just listen. I'm just gonna sit back and soak it all up because they're gonna be talking, saying stuff, and speaking about concepts and things like that. That's gonna blow folk mind. But then you're gonna have people say, "Yeah, I get it," but you really don't get it, and that's cool because then that's an opportunity to learn and get more insight and get educated. Like that's the whole point. That's what this is all supposed to be about. Learn more and push forward, boost each other up. So,
Can you guys hear me?
We got DK back.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Go ahead.
Any last words before we roll out?
Just first of all, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, anytime.
And, my biggest thing for the communities is like it's too many sim versus MUT when it should be everybody fighting for the same thing as far as getting a better game, getting better gameplay, getting better features. And as long as we keep going back and forth, it's just going to cause a ruckus, man. And we're not going to get anywhere doing that. So it needs to be more of a tag team than everybody trying to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, I mean, like, y'all can't say that Rex hasn't done a good job from the time he first came on until now. Like, he listens to us. Yeah. Like, me personally, I've been to EA Play. Like, Rex is very open about everything, and he has no filter. So when you talk to Rex, like, he tells you how it is. He tells you what he wants to do. But what people got to realize is the devs, Clint and Rex usually get all the heat, is that they don't have full control of what comes on the game, what doesn't come on the game, and stuff like that. So y'all got to realize there's always they have bosses too. Like, Rex isn't Madden. He has bosses that are way above him, so y'all gotta respect these guys more, man. I see stuff on Twitter that's just outrageous, and like me, and I know you guys too. We're all older. Like I'm over 30, you know what I'm saying? And like the way I've been brought up and the way I've been taught is that you just don't disrespect people like that. We got too much of this trolling online and stuff that's just unreal, man. How people be talking that smack. And then when you run across them, they don't have nothing to say. Are they trying to be all buddy? Are they trying to be all nice? Like, there's just so much disrespect that the social media has put out there. We didn't have social media. It was AOL dial-up whenever I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't be doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just a more of a respect for these guys. Because regardless of what y'all say to them and what y'all do, y'all going to go buy the game anyways.
Yeah.
So y'all need to stop with all the BS, man, and just support them. The more support they get from us, and the more feedback. Like, you got problems, let them know. We're a community, man. We need to come together and do more for this community instead of like dividing, because you can't be divided and do something with anything. So more than anything, that's my biggest thing. And also, guys, you know what I'm saying? Have an open mind when you're playing the game. Like, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be things that we don't like, but I mean, we have to realize and remember that it's a video game. That's what it is. It ain't real life. So we're not going to have real life, NFL on the TV while we playing. It's never going to be that way. It's never going to happen. So accept what's good and give feedback, and that way we can help grow. I mean, that's basically all I have to say.
That's it. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. And if y'all don't believe us, y'all hear those investor calls every year. When do they happen? That's just a third eye nugget that I'm throwing at y'all real quick. I'm just saying. There's somebody who makes the decision. The devs are left with, what can we do? All right, we're going to do this based off of the time we got. And listen, Rex spelled it out for y'all. If not any other year, Rex told you exactly what was happening in that interview he did with me. Marketing decided to do that. This is what's happening here. Here are the resources. We took a hit here. He told you the whole plan. And the last thing I want to say real quick before I throw it to Smitty, and Relly knows this zone fix wouldn't happen if it weren't for us. The community that banded together. So while people say feedback don't work, okay, because we went crazy, myself included, straight up like, man, y'all messed up. Like on some, Rex will tell you, I was like, nah, bro, this ain't cool.
When he started getting it from both sides of the community,
everybody was killing it.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. This is why I tell y'all we need the competitive guys. Because when I seen my man Lights going in, I was like, yes. Because he was saying, this is terrible. I'm like, I'm not going to put his business out there. But he was like, Sim, nothing works. None of this stuff works no more. And power of feedback. We could be sitting here waiting for next year for it to get fixed. So
it's already.
Hey, yo, Sim, can I say one last thing before I go, man?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I just want to say to everybody, NBA Live 18, Madden 18 are not the same games. If you use the same strategy, you will be purely frustrated. And that's pretty much what happened to me because I learned that you can't use the same old strategies. You got to change it up, relearn the game, and deal with it because it's real. Thanks for having me tonight, man. I'm out.
No doubt. We appreciate it. Yo, Kid, did we come to Kid? I don't remember.
Yeah,
we
went
did.
to Kid.
All right, well.
Yeah, he was like, that's all I got.
Okay. It was so quick, I couldn't remember. All right, Smitty. Sign us out, man. What you got?
All right. Really not too much at this point in time. I mean, yo, like, I know that you're gonna be seeing me, you're gonna see Sim over the weekend and leading up to the following, this week, leading up to the next show, going in, videos, streams, all that good stuff, showcasing the game and going through stuff. And, I'm just like what Neff said. The thing that I like the most about what's going on here is that we got 2 legitimate games out of EA, and both of them feel different, both of them play different. And it's like you have to learn the sports respectively. You have to learn different facets of the game respectively. Yes, Madden needs work without question, but once they do that work, like I said, the game is pretty much set. I mean, the game was solid, so that's the whole thing. And like we said, guys, look, I'm gonna say this real quick. This is the stuff we got to play against. Okay, dude tweeted Clint. This is earlier on today, and said that I played my first Madden 18 game, and will dropped interceptions be fixed? I had 4 or 5 of them between me and the CPU, and he's playing on simulation setting. Why do you think commentators say DB, like, that's why they put them on defense? Because if they could catch, they'd be wide receivers. And this is the kind of stuff, feedback-wise, that we got to combat against when people say, oh, man, they should make the plays. No, they're not always going to make the plays. Mm-hmm. It's just that how people have been used to being able to make the plays the way they want to. And that's the kind of stuff that we always fight for. We fight for all this change, and then when change finally does come, you get upset. Well, people get upset about it, and then they want stuff to be nerfed and dialed back and all that stuff. No, none of that stuff happening. You got the competitive side fighting for aspects of the game. You got the sim side definitely fighting for facets of the game to stay intact. And that's exactly what needs to happen. Unless there's something legitimately wrong as far as football is concerned, then yes, do it. Go ahead and patch that. Do an update for this, that, and the third. And that's what needs to happen across the board. Not people wanting to go with basically the participation trophy mindset of I should get this sack. I should make that tackle. I should be able to make that play. If that's what you're going to do, this game ain't for you. Play arcade mode or play blitz. Simple as that. You got options. So you definitely got options. If you got Madden Arcade, you got Blitz, you got Blitz the League. If you want more of a semi-sim kind of game or whatever, you have options that you could pick. Just leave Madden 18 alone. Okay, and let that game be for the rest of us that say how for I don't know how many years we've said that we want sim, we want realism, we want authenticity. Relly brings it in with the zone play and all these different football, the terminology and all that stuff. We need that stuff in the game. We need it on both sides of the fence, competitive and on the sim side, because of the stuff that guys like Relly can point out they could spot stuff that a lot of guys in the sim community may not necessarily spot. And that's not a bad thing. That's good, because what they're pointing out helps make the game even better for us on a whole. So everybody's needed. Everybody's necessary. I'm just saying, let's just push this movement forward and keep it going. That's it. So that's all I got. And hey, mad love to everybody and respect to everybody else. And my dude Sim, like I said, Mr. 15K, you know what I'm saying? Out here doing it real big out here in these streets, you know. But hey, I appreciate everybody.
Hey, one thing, I see a lot of people pointing out bubble screens. That was caught 2 weeks ago.
Yep. I told them.
It was already caught. They already got it. It'll be fixed very, very soon. That might have been day one. I don't remember.
That might be day one.
I don't remember if that was the day 0 patch or the day 15 patch or the day 0, day 30, day 60. That's usually like what the timeline for every game is for like stabilization improvements, stuff like that. If y'all didn't know, but that's pretty much common knowledge for every game. So
yeah,
day 0, day 30, day 60.
So yeah, I noticed that, man, like an hour after playing the game at the capture event. I was like, what the? I was like,
it's like a slant out fade. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Hey, one other thing I want to point out. Are jailbreak screens different now? Do you notice it? Like they're running all the way inside? Because they weren't doing that at EA Play.
I haven't run it. I haven't run it since I had the game. I'll actually look at that now that you say.
DK say yeah. But run like a any of the jailbreak screens. Now they're like running towards you and they just run into the line. I already said I already recorded a video that I'm gonna send over to them. So, but I just want to make sure y'all noticed it too. But DK said he did so.
Yeah, that's definitely not good. But yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah,
that's all we got, man. I mean, next week, like I said, we'll figure out, you know, who wants to come on, and I don't know if y'all will be ready to do a review, but Smitty and I pretty much feel like we'll be able to do it by that time. Azure as well. And, you know, like you said, man, let's come together. That's the biggest theme. What DK said, Relly said, as you can see, both competitive and sim players, quote unquote, is really not, to me, I still don't think it's that big of a separation, because the misconception is people watch how competitive players play and they automatically throw them in a certain category. Competitive players, to me, are not the same as lobby guys. They're not lobby ball. They don't play lobby ball. These guys do what they need to do to compete. It's a big difference. That's why you have your Rellies and, you know, Zans, guys that have football knowledge. It's a big difference than the guy that's just going for it every fourth down, chucking it downfield every play, coming out in certain formations. Those are totally different players. So we got to stop with all of that. And like I said, the reason why it appears separate is because the game was prime example. Like Relly said last week, you can't cross man anymore. But then they messed up coverage. So cross man was a tactic that they were using to replicate what actually can happen in the real world. See what I'm saying? So stop judging so much. We are really close to the same, you know, almost cut from the same cloth. And you're going to have extremists in both sides, because there are competitive guys who want complete absolutes. I was at an event with one of them, and this dude didn't want to drop no interceptions, catch every pass. Every pass is perfect. I was like, man, what game you playing? Like, where's the skill gap if all of that works?
Right.
So just
there's still a couple people complaining now.
Yeah. But yeah, last thing I will say, we got to hold the community accountable. You see people complaining about stuff that shouldn't be complained about, we got to jump all over that and debunk it, so we can make sure that this game is not getting torn up. Like Relly said, you know, leave the run game alone. I've even seen people say, can we make target passing easier? No. That's supposed to be a skill mechanic.
Yep.
Leave it alone. You can't do it, don't use it. Get up out of here. But all right, man, that's our time. We thank everybody for coming on.
I mean, just imagine if you could roll out while doing that on the run.
No.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a free for all, bro. Like, that's not good.
That'd be super playmaker. Like, yeah. But all right, man, we out of here, guys. Again, nah, I'm probably not gonna stream tonight. I told y'all last night I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some more footage, throw some footage up for you guys, and y'all probably won't see me again until at least Sunday night, Monday night. But that's gonna do it. Appreciate everybody for coming on. Appreciate all the panelists, all the viewers, and hey, we'll keep it going, man. And again, just another heads up to let y'all know. New format starting next week. I think that's going to be best option for us to keep everything clean. And, you know, I'm not saying clean just because of language. I'm just saying clean as far as how it's being delivered so it's easy to follow. All right, because even though this is a live show, I hate sometimes that we get off track and we're not able to stick to the actual topics because, again, some people come here just for a specific topic and we don't even cover it. So new format, we'll have a panelist or a panel every week, and we'll go from there. All right, so that's been the show. Catch y'all later. Have a good weekend. Be safe, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.